Hey folks, so one last video. As we are wrapping things up, we have like a week and a half in the semester, and then exam week is that first week in May. As soon as you turn in your argument essay for our class, you are off the hook. We're not doing anything for exam week. And I know the original assignment calendar talked about computer lab and extra credit presentations. Well, obviously we can't do that. I tried to think of another extra credit opportunity, but it would just be best if you all took that energy and time and put it toward this argument essay. So if you haven't, go into Blackboard under the argument essay materials tab that I've put there. And here's everything you need. So the main things I want you to be aware of is we can't revise this essay. So it's our last chance. It's like the final exam. It's 200 points, so it's 20% of the entire course grade. So it has to be done well. Maybe half, not half of you all turned in the argument proposal. That was a really great opportunity for me to be able to, if you were heading in a direction that was going to be difficult, to redirect you to something more manageable for this assignment. If you haven't done that, you can get that done pretty quickly and get some feedback on your topic before you get neck deep in this essay and find out that you picked a topic that was unmanageable. Any of the work, since we moved online, if you haven't done it, I'll take it. I won't deduct points for being late. So there's a couple quizzes there under the quizzes link. Homework 7, 8, and 9, if you want to turn those in. Also, be aware that you have to read the assignment sheet. It's got all the tips and tricks and common problems that arise, like not having a debatable thesis, right? This is not just informative. We need to make sure that it goes to the bottom of that 5th page. Right, I'm trying to look it up. We need 3 to 5 sources. Your essay needs to go to the bottom of the 5th page, which means your works cited page starts on 6. This is in MLA format. This is our 3rd essay. You've had the opportunity to do practice exercises and quizzes and revise. So your MLA has to be correct for this one. Your file name format and your page format, all that kind of stuff. We should have worked out the kinks for that already. You have to be making a debatable argument. You have to have 3 to 5 sources supporting it. Your source citation, you have to have the in-text citation and the works cited page correct. And we need to remember that when we're arguing, we're being persuasive, which means we're trying to convince our audience to change their mind or change their behavior. So to do that, we have to get in the mind of our audience. What do they need to be convinced? So if we are arguing that inmates should not be shackled while they give birth, or that felons, once they're released, should not have their voting rights, or whatever it is you want to argue about the incarcerated, you're talking to somebody who disagrees with you. You don't need to preach to the choir, right? So you're trying to convince people who believe inmates should be shackled to the bed while giving birth. Well, what would they need to be convinced to change their mind? So this is kind of a psychological battle plan that you have to figure out. Make sure in that handout folder that you read the file about appealing to the audience. We need to have a balance of logos, ethos, and pathos, right? So we want to appeal to their logic, appeal to their emotion, and appeal to them with that sense of expertise and experience. And, a lot of times we borrow that from our sources, borrow that ethos. We need to have a counter argument. So we need to acknowledge their views and respond to them and say, I know a lot of people feel this, but, or people assume that, but I know it would cost a lot, but it's still the best thing, right? So there's a file in there about counter argument. That's in the writing and argument essay file. And at this point, we should have these things that we've been talking about worked out. Like, don't have first person. Don't say, I think, I feel, I believe. Nope. Don't have you in there. don't make announcement statements. In this essay, we will be discussing. Nope, we don't talk about the essay. Don't talk about the assignment. Just talk about the topic. Like you just picked up a newspaper. They're not talking about, the assignment. They're just talking about the topic. So there's that checklist on the assignment sheet. Please make sure to go through it because that's what I'm going to be grading it next to. So this is, let me go back to the announcements page. This is due May 1st. Yeah. So it's due next Friday. So you have a week and a half. And like I said, if you want to get some of those other homeworks done, get those quizzes done, I will take them without penalty. If I don't hear any questions from you all, I assume you got it. I assume you know what you're doing. I assume you don't have any questions. You don't need any feedback. I really recommend that if you haven't, you go back and look at the comments I put on your previous essays. And because if I've told you that you got a problem with comma splices multiple times over the last 2 essays and you bomb the quiz and et cetera, when you get here and you've made no improvement on those, that's going to affect the grade, right? So take a look at that. Make sure to let me know what questions you have. I can only help if you ask. If you want to send me your draft and say, I know I've been struggling with citation, can you look at this? Do it before the due date and I can give you feedback and we can make sure that this essay is as good as it can be. When they're all done and graded, I will post an announcement. And I don't think we're going to end up having 1,000 points for the class. So actually this is more than 20% of your grade. And I'll post an announcement saying, okay, if you're in this point range, it's an A, B, etc. So I know y'all didn't sign up for an online class. None of us signed up for what this semester has turned out to be. So let me know what I can do to help. You can email me. You can message me through Facebook. If you want to text me or call my cell, the area code is 419 and the number is 902-1317. I get cell phone service at home most of the time. So, we can Skype, we can Zoom, we can talk on the phone, we can send emails back and forth. Let me know what I can do to help. And I hope y'all have a great day.